Hey.
Remember that time I beat you? I think you'd beat me this time around.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're at Safe Sound headquarters, also World News headquarters, with Will and Quentin, and you're World News.
We are World News, yeah. And this is Safe Sounds. We have a bank vault here where we record a bunch of stuff. And yeah, I guess we're going to show you what we did to make our new album.
Time to level. We all feel alone sometimes, and we all feel like there's no hope.
So this is an actual old bank vault. Let's just
Absolutely, yeah. So here's the door. You got to look at the door. It's the most important part.
Wow.
Yeah, little 6x8 cement cube, and then this is where we rehearse. The desk is kind of essential to operations. So what we're running here is 16 channels of synths and drum machines.
For people that haven't seen you guys, like it's it's an impressive rig. It's really fun to look at, and I love that you guys are set up kind of opposite of each other too.
So over here we've got the brains of the operation. We got the Tempest. Makes all the weird sounds, has the stop-start, sets the tempo, filtering.
It's not controlling sequencing on anything else. It's just literally sending time to our Motu rack, which is down in the bottom of our desk case. So in theory, let's just turn this down a bit. If you give us a play, we should have some sound.
Oh.
So that starts the sequences on all the machines. We're just effectively using that to get everything into sync. It's just always been the most interesting texturally, because it doesn't really sound like any other drum machine. It's pretty fundamental to our sound.
There is a lot of percussion on the Tempest.
Yeah.
And a lot of melodic stuff, like full synths and lead synths are often on the Tempest as well.
Yeah.
So that's just always been a key instrument. And then we've gone through various different electribes. I'm currently using the ER Mark II, which is the one that's got the 2 tubes in it, which is sweet because you can really kind of push stuff. I'm using the input from there. Okay, I'll take this a bit slower. So up here we have all the vocals and loops. So my microphone goes into the TC Helicon. This then goes into the desk. I'm just using that because we had some issues with feedback because we go really heavy on the delays. So I'm just basically EQing it in the desk and then I'm sending it back in. Then at that point, it gets split 2 ways. So I've got this little AB, and that goes to the Pitchfork Electro-Harmonics, or it can go down here, in which case I'm gating it into the EMX. Yeah, there's a few options there vocally that I can switch between. That then goes into my 45,000 looper. So this one's got MIDI, so we're taking the MIDI from the Tempest, and that's basically then rolling the input of the vocal, plus this is an auxiliary off the desk, so we can basically send any instrument at any time through into the looper to loop it, and or then everything goes through the trusty delay pedal, which is obviously fantastic. A bit noisy, but you turn it all to full and it sounds really good. Yeah. So then that's the top half. The Moog just goes into the desk and often gets run through and duplicated, looped. We're looping synths at times, yeah. Yeah, so that happens simultaneously. Sometimes with the vocal loops, because I can record 2 channels onto here, so Quentin will be playing his DeepMind, and we'll be looping that at the same time as we loop the vocals. Yeah. So then down here, got the O-Coast, which currently is running into the 404. So I use a lot of isolator just to help kind of control it because it's a bit of a massive beast otherwise. But sometimes I also switch the input for this for certain tracks, and then I can gate it through the pattern in the EMX. Between the devices, we've got a couple of nice long patch cables here, which then connects to Quentin's top end.
Mm-hmm. And on my end over here, we got the TD3 for our acid bass lines, classic. And then when we affect it with the O-Coast, it kind of gives it more of a percussive vibe instead of like the scrunky TD3 wonk.
Yeah, so I'm sending a square wave to it.
You want to play?
Oh,
it gives it this like Morse code vibe. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
So the 303 has like an input, an audio input for the.
Yeah, it's a filter in.
Oh, the filter in.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then so that's the O-Coast as well.
Yeah. So if I take this out, we'll get the. Then you get the melody, right?
Do you ever use just the 303 on its own, or is the
Oh, yeah.
O-Coast always? Oh, cool. So just
yeah.
like unplug the
Depends
patch
on the
cable.
track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crave,
nice.
Behringer Crave, the Moog kind of clone.
Mother 32
Mother 32 clone, yeah. We use that for melodies. We do like a lot of noise percussion with it as well, and filtering with that, and sequencing. My vocals are going through this, but just as like a routing, and this is like a sampler looper.
Yeah.
So we've got samples on here that you can play. Add effects and such. But then I've got this going through the Chase Bliss, which I run my vocals through sometimes, or a synth.
The Mood?
Mood.
What is that exactly?
It's like a granular synthesis pedal.
Oh.
There's like 2 different pedals on here. So here's more of a reverb, delay, slip time thing. This has a clock that just like changes the timing of it, makes it really cool. This over here is a looper as well, so you can run that through this side, and there's like a bunch of dip switches and stuff, so you can do all sorts of things with it. Yeah, I mean, it can be pretty like straightforward. Right? But then you can, it's got like, yeah.
Okay, I'm on that
Yeah.
one.
It's really fun. It's really fun.
Yeah. We kind of write nightmare music a bit.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, we play with the speakers facing in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's always a good test so that we don't feedback too much live. So this is an auxiliary in as well from the desk.
Right.
So we're using all 3 auxiliaries on our desk at the moment, which is everything they've got. And then the real magic comes in the way that we write the music. So we have a 16-channel snake, which runs down through out of the door. We'll take you back to the studio in a sec. But basically we can control here if we're sending direct signal, or if we want to send, it affected with the gain. And so we can kind of control with different channels, how we record it. And there's a bit of a random luck element to that, obviously, when you're making music, but sometimes the mix sounds great straight off the hop. So the Prophet and the Juno, and also the upright piano over there. So we record an overdub just to add texture and stuff where we feel like it's needed. Got this TC 640, which I bought off a guy in his garage, and what we've got now. So here we've got a built-in echo, and we're just sending from the door. We can send any combination of things to it and then back in. And so this is just a tape where I'm just constantly overwriting on it, but
Driving it through.
yeah, we're just driving it through the tape basically. So
Sometimes adding some effects.
yeah, the best things. So we record 16 channels. We've got the Focusrite, so we prioritize that as the better preamp, and then I've just got a Behringer Ultra Gain. So we're recording 16 channels, and then we're improvising. So basically, we have long sessions of improvisation where we don't listen back to anything that we record, and we'll just do 3 months of getting together like once, twice a week. We just turn it on, and then we just play and play and play. When we get to the end of what we feel like is a good time to stop, then we'll just read out where we're at on the different machines, because like there's no like brain powering the songs. We're just building them kind of from the ground up.
Yeah.
So then that all gets archived, and then we'll have like a listening period where we'll traipse through it and cut out like the sections where we're like, it really came together like for 15 minutes there. And we'll both vote. It's a democracy.
Yeah.
And then the ones where
What
choice
happens when
voting.
you disagree? How do you decide?
it has to get both votes for us to take it forward.
I see. Okay,
Yeah, it's
okay.
gotta
That's
make it
actually really
pass.
smart.
Yeah. So it's a good way of kind of getting different perspectives as well, because like some of the album tracks so this is the album that we put out on Steroids, and
That's great.
we've always because we're like jamming, we try to keep it very simple in terms of the tempos, and these are the 3 tempos. So 104.8935 and such. So basically when we're recording, the machines are set to 105, 115, and 130, but we've found that then in the computer that is like the rough latency for us to be able to like put it on a click. So when we find the tracks that we like really like, sometimes they'll be like half recorded, and we'll work on them, get them ready for live, try them in front of a live audience and see how people react. And once we get it on the click, we can then break the machines down. So like the Tempest might be like a hat and a kick and a synth. So at that point, we might want to gain more control over it in the mix, and we can then overdub. So then we like send the clock from, you know, to whatever machine we're overdubbing, and we'll just sit there and we'll kind of break it down.
We play with bands and stuff as well, and friends with bands and whatnot. But even from like a sound perspective or tech perspective, I'm sure people get pretty stoked when you show up and it's like, we're doing this live. It's not just like a pair of CDJs, you know?
Yeah, and like building the UFO on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what is this going to do?
Yeah.
We never really know.
Well, and also, I mean, we don't really make easy listening music. I think, you know, we do kind of like push into like more ambient stuff. We do go to more of a techno place, and then there is this like poppy alternative kind of zone that we go to. So, you know, especially the way that we kind of are constantly like shaping all the machines, there are moments where it gets really dissonant and like, and it's a hard one, like preparing for live, because we're having to listen, like if we're going to play the set twice, it will take like an hour and a half, and that's just a lot of blasting music in your ears, you know. So in the Bank Vault, we also do live sessions. So we've done Animatis, Not a Band, Breeze, Animal Party, Nailbiter, and a bunch of others. So you can check those out on our YouTube.
Safe Sounds.
Safe Sounds, yeah. Thank you to Josh for having us.
Thanks so much for doing this, guys.
Pleasure.
Super
Pleasure.
Cool.